So first, you two do an incredible job covering a wide variety of topics. I love what y'all are doing. Tough question. First of all, thank you, by the way.
Yeah.
Tough question. How do I get my family on board? I feel like I'm leading by example, working out, talking about my nutrition, and they, specifically my mom, who is unhealthy, is pretty dismissive. Incredibly frustrating. Tough question. Not a one size fits all answer, but it felt pretty good typing it out. Appreciate you both and always teaching me through your podcast.
Oh, I just love Andy. He's the best.
I don't know him yet, but but I think I really like this because I think this is something a lot of people might be struggling with.
Yeah.
So it depends as always. First of all, I think you are doing the right thing by setting the example, which is really my number one recommendation for people anyway. You are already putting in the work, right? You're leading by working out. You're talking about your nutrition, etc. Not everyone will always like see that or understand necessarily, but my question to you would be like, have you actually talked about it with them? And this is something I wasn't good at in the past, where I wouldn't necessarily like talk about stuff like why I'm doing it, for example. And then, for example, if friends would be like messing with me, it would kind of like piss me off a little bit and also make me insecure. But then again, like they also don't really know, and all of a sudden, like you're changing things, So first of all, I would talk to them, and this goes for friends, goes for family members. Just say why you are doing it, right? And this is maybe less about like getting them on board, but maybe you could still influence them this way, like. Because I think if you explain to people, hey, this is what I'm doing, I want to lose weight, I want to improve my own health, that's really all the reasons you need to take action for your own health. And then most people that actually care about you, they will understand that and 100% respect that. This even ties into like the holiday stuff, Then again, there will still be people who don't want to see you win, who are more insecure about themselves, who might still be messing with you about that stuff, But that usually says something about them. And it's pretty often where people, and I'm not saying that this is the case, but what I do see a lot is where people get these comments and, it's like, oh, you're Mr. Healthy now, or, like, oh, have a drink, or, whatever, have the pizza. It should be totally fine to say, hey, I'm doing this for my own health. I want to lose weight, etc. If people will still be giving you shit for that, it kind of says something about them, and it's almost more like a thing where they see you taking action and it makes them uncomfortable. And for that, they're like, ah, shit, like, I really should be doing this, but I'm not, so I'm going to take it out on you. But okay. Back to your actual question. So, sorry. How do you get on your family on board? Tricky one. But first of all, being the example, talking about it, like I said, and trying to involve them with that stuff. But maybe like in like easy ways, like maybe not necessarily. I'm really just thinking out loud here because it's a tricky one and it really depends and we need some more context. But like, for example, if I all of a sudden would start tracking and eating more protein and doing this and working out and all that, maybe starting off by like including them in like one of those things, What do you think, Christine? Do you have any input here?
I think what he's doing is the best thing that you can do, and always keeping in mind that they have to want to change. Yeah. And you cannot decide that for them. Right. And, I have people, my close family, like I'm dealing with similar situation. I mean, it's kind of a similar situation. But ultimately it has to be up to them. And all you can really do is be a good example and educate them, right? Educate them on like why this is so helpful or how it's improved your life and things like that. But there's no real like, again, Andy, like you're already doing what I would tell
Yeah.
somebody to do, and there's only so much you can do, right? Right? It sucks to see a family member putting their health last when when it's really at the forefront of your life, right? It's hard to watch that, but it's also not your responsibility. It really isn't.
And maybe they just need to warm up to it too. Like maybe it just takes time.
100%. It will take time. Sometimes, unfortunately, like this is unfortunate, but sometimes like something bad has to happen in order for their eyes to be really opened.
Yeah.
Like health wise, that sucks, but it happens a lot. No matter how much you try and educate them on the benefits of what this stuff does to you in terms of improving your health, sometimes they have to almost hit like a rock bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tricky one.
It's a hard one, especially
really hard.
in like people have this issue with like their spouse and stuff.
Yeah.
But again, you can't change someone. Like they have to want to.
Yeah. I mean, keep doing what you're doing. Like, be the example.
Yeah, just continue.
Communicate, like talk with them and just share like how you feel about it and see what they have to say, you know? Like maybe they actually want to share something that they haven't yet. Like talk about stuff.
Like I'm wondering if seeing if she would be receptive to doing like a small like challenge with you, like a little like walking challenge, right? Like I don't know if she has like a Fitbit. Like maybe you could, I mean, I don't know if that's a good idea, but I was gonna say
No, but like,
maybe you
that's
buy
exactly
her
what I meant. Like a little something,
a Fitbit for Christmas, and then because you can literally have like little challenges with people, and say, okay, like let's hit like 2,000 steps, right? Like even not, who knows what she's hitting, right? And then kind of go from there. But bring her in on something like that. But he said she's dismissive, so that can be hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, like it depends. We would need to know a little bit more, but I think you are doing a lot already.